You know, we've all had those moments at work. You're faced with a really tricky situation, and the next step is just not obvious. Well, today we're going to break down the one skill that helps you navigate those exact moments with confidence. It's called situational judgment. So let's get right into it. Just picture it. The pressure is on, right? Emotions are running high and all eyes are on you. How you respond in this single moment says so much more about your professional skills than almost anything else. It's a test for sure, but it's not a test of what you know. It's a test of your judgment. So what is this crucial skill, really? Well, it's situational judgment. And I want you to think of it like your own personal, professional compass. It's the tool that helps you find your way, especially when the path forward is a little foggy or full of obstacles. Okay, let's look at the official definition. What's so interesting here are the key words: appropriate, responsible, and professional. See, it's not about finding one single correct answer. It's actually about your ability to weigh all the consequences and find the most constructive way forward for everyone involved. And this right here is the heart of it all. You can have all the technical knowledge in the world, but your situational judgment is what shows how you actually apply it when things get tough. It's a real window into how you think, how you make decisions, and ultimately how you act when it really counts. So what does that actually look like day to day? Well, situational judgment isn't just one thing. It's a whole mix of critical skills, you know? It's how you handle a difficult conversation, how you react when a project suddenly goes off the rails, or how you balance your own work with the needs of your team.
All right, so we know what it is, but why does it matter so much? This is where it gets really interesting because this is how we connect good judgment to real-world, tangible success in your career. This skill is basically the bridge from being just good at your job to being a truly great, reliable professional.
Think about it. Good judgment helps you build a reputation for being reliable and having integrity. When you handle mistakes by taking accountability instead of placing blame, or when you communicate with respect even when you disagree, people learn that they can trust you. And that trust, that's the bedrock of career growth. So, here's the bottom line. Employers value this skill so much because it's one of the best ways to predict how someone will actually perform on the job. It's a direct reflection of your maturity, your self-awareness, and your ability to be a positive force on a team. Now here's the thing, situational judgment can actually be measured, but understanding your score isn't about getting a grade, not at all. It's about getting a personalized roadmap for your own professional growth. So let's break down what the different score ranges actually mean. Okay, let's start with the 0 to 25% range. Now, if your score lands here, please don't worry. The most important thing is that this gives you a super clear, defined starting point for improvement. A score in this range usually suggests that decisions might be driven more by that immediate gut emotional reaction, instead of a calm, objective look at the situation. It could mean responding in a way that's maybe a little too passive or maybe too aggressive, without thinking through all the consequences first. So here's your path forward. The real strength is clarity. You know exactly what to work on. The key is to start building a habit of just pausing before you react. Seriously, even taking one deep breath can give you the space you need to assess things objectively instead of emotionally.
All right, let's move on to the next range, from 25 to 50%. What we're seeing here is a foundational understanding of professional behavior really starting to take shape.
What this typically shows is that you can handle straightforward, everyday stuff pretty well. But the judgment can get a little inconsistent when things get more complicated or, when emotions start running high. So it's all about building that consistency when the pressure is on.
So the strength here is that you've got a solid foundation for those day-to-day scenarios. The goal for development is to build on that. A great way to do this is to mentally rehearse how you'd respond to tougher situations, like a conflict between two colleagues or a tough ethical choice, before they even happen. Now we're getting into the 50 to 75% range. A score in this zone points to a solid, dependable professional, someone who can be counted on to handle most things really well. People in this range are generally great at navigating typical workplace challenges. They get how their actions affect other people, and they tend to choose responses that balance fairness, empathy, and responsibility in a really practical way. The key strength here is that consistency. So the path to the next level is all about elevating that great judgment into true leadership. It's about becoming the person who can make that decisive call when there isn't a clear right answer, and the pressure is at its absolute peak. And finally, let's talk about the top tier, 75 to 100%. A score up here signals a really high level of professional maturity and emotional intelligence.
This shows an ability to stay calm and make really thoughtful decisions that create positive outcomes, even in the most tense or complicated situations you can imagine. Honestly, this is often a hallmark of someone with incredible leadership potential.
The strengths are obvious: excellent judgment and powerful emotional intelligence. So the challenge here isn't really about learning a new skill. It's about endurance. It's about maintaining that incredibly high standard when you're under stress for a long time or dealing with super complex issues.
So you see, no matter where your score falls, it is not a label. It's a blueprint. It shows you the path from just thinking about the right thing to do to consistently acting on it in the real world.
And this quote really just sums it up perfectly. This stuff isn't theoretical. It's the practical application of your character, your ethics, and your problem-solving skills, right in the moments that matter the most.
And that really just leaves us with one final question for you to think about. This skill isn't set in stone. It's something you can actively grow and develop. So the real question is, what steps are you going to take to turn your professional judgment into your single greatest asset?